Hey guys, it's me, Gunky, and welcome back to another episode of Ew Gross. So today I am presenting my midweek tweak, and we already prefaced it. I've been talking about it, but I did go ahead and swap out Togekiss for Cresselia. Now the Cresselia I'm running, I've run a few sets on this, and I came up with this one that I'm not so sure that it's the correct one to use, and maybe there's a little bit of tweaking, but mine actually doesn't have a single attacking move. It's running a set of Trick Room, Helping Hand, Sunny Day, and Ally Switch. Now Ally Switch was the closest thing I thought of that I could get to what I really wish I would have been able to have, which was Follow Me or Rage Powder. Now I do understand that Amoongus gives access to Rage Powder. However, I really wanted to keep my Amoongus more attacky. I'm not so sure. I mean, Clear Smog is pretty useful against some of the problems I was having, some belly drum issues in this. So, I mean, there's some room for this team to be tweaked a little bit more, and I'm not exactly sure. I tried playing with Amoongus without Sludge Bomb, and I just think having Sludge Bomb is so important. It helps my Tapu matchups really, and for example, if Tapu Koko comes in, or not Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu, it gives me a great answer to it, which otherwise this team doesn't have a fantastic answer to. But we got Murray here with a rating of 14.99 from Japan, so let's get this midweek tweak started with a team of Landorus, Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, Cresselia, Milotic, and Pheromosa. Weird team in my opinion. I mean, maybe Cresselia is running Icy Wind, which in that case Empoleon is really strong, and if he does leave Tapu Lele, my Mimikyu is really good. If he doesn't leave Tapu Lele though, for example, it was Tapu Fini Cresselia for example, would I have much pressure on that? Maybe the correct lead here is actually, I don't know. I think I'm still gonna go Mimikyu. Yeah, I'll go Mimikyu and Empoleon. But the question is, who do I want in the back? Amoongus seems decent, but I think I want Snorlax Camerupt. Now, I'm not so sure that this is right. I could get really burnt if he doesn't lead Landorus or Tapu Lele. If he leads either one of those, I think I have a lot of tempo, but it's pretty high variance. Well, good luck to Murray here. Tapu Lele Pheromosa. So I do get the Tapu Lele. And Pheromosa, now, if it's a Choice Scarf Lele, I'm screwed no matter what, I think. Thing is, Empoleon still can do some mad damage to this Pheromosa. So I got a Never-Ending Nightmare, the Tapu Lele. I have to go for it. And I think, you know, honestly, I think I just Liquidation into the Pheromosa here. I could try to get fancy with a knockoff, but like predicting a switch, but I don't think he'll switch. My lead was fine. The real question is basically, does Tapu Lele have Scarf or not? Because I think if it has Scarf, I'm going to be screwed. I'm definitely not setting up Trick Room here. And I didn't bring Cresselia to do it. It does have Scarf. It'll break my Disguise, but I should still, well, Pheromosa might kill me here. It depends. I don't know Pheromosa's speed stat. It's pretty high though, right? Yeah. Does this do enough to kill me? No. It's not very effective. It's interesting. So maybe knockoff was the right play, but I don't know, with the Scarf Lele here, it's locked into Psychic. Do I have? My internet might be giving me problems. And Landorus comes out, well, my Liquidation ends up being brilliant because this should give me the knockout here. And we do know that Mimikyu can one-shot a non-bulk invested Lele, so I might get a double knockout here. Because the +1 liquidation also does pick up the knockout on most Landresses. Spooky, scary. And there's Lele gone, and does Landorus go down as well? It does indeed. So, unfortunate there for my opponent. Really rough turn 1. My Mimikyu is down. The only chance I think my opponent has is just outspeeding me. And let's see what his 4th Pokemon is. Maybe Tapu Fini? No, Cresselia. Very interesting. I wonder if it Icy wins, it's in serious trouble here. So, I might just want to come out. Probably not. I'm just going to try to get a Trick Room up, I think, because that's my best option here. And just be very offensive with my Empoleon. I think that it's likely that Pheromosa could deal some serious damage to Empoleon, and it goes for high jump kick. Oh, but it misses. Oh, poor it. Just having a bad game here. Charge Beam into my Mimikyu. Oof. Rough game for my opponent here. I think this Empoleon is going to just be able to sweep. No. I do get the Trick Room off, and now it's a simple matter of knockoffing into the Cresselia knockoff and Shadow Claw. Let's see how much this can do. Yeah, some pretty decent damage, and it was carrying a Key Berry. What does that do? Carrying Moonlight, so he's gonna drag this out, I guess. But so I think what I'm gonna come and do here is just bring in my Snorlax for I'll just go for the liquidation into Crest and switch out into Snorlax, and then what I can do is just come in and double edge. I guess my opponent's not going to go down without a fight here, so yeah, I don't know. I think that Cresselia don't charge beam into my Empoleon, so it is going to try to sweep me here. But even so, at this pace, I don't think it's got a chance, and it's lost its berry. If it goes for Moonlight here, I think actually I just self-destruct, do the most powerful move I have, and actually, do I really need to do that? Let me reevaluate this. Yeah, I think that's the right play, and then we'll see. Cresselia likely does Moonlight. If it can knock it out here, I do get self-destruct off. No protect here. Does this KO the Cresselia? It does. So a quick way to end that, so we don't let my opponent get out of hand. But good game to my opponent here. Definitely bringing some unorthodox picks, but I don't necessarily think they played it the best. There were a couple of mistakes that I think could have given it more pace, and I think if I wanted to, I probably could have 4-0'd my opponent there. Empoleon just doing work, man. Even when I don't think it's going to be that great, it is. Now, one of the problems I ran into is on Showdown. There's like all these unorthodox teams, and my team definitely does not do that well. And that's one of the things I worry about this team, is that I think it might not do that well in a tournament if you can't beat all the other teams. Now, I'm you know, I'm teching for probably the major teams that are coming. I mean, Landorus and Incineroar are the two most played Pokemon at the moment, and then there's going to be the teams that are designed to beat that, including, I think it's like the Sand team, the Excadrill, and Tyranitar. I think those teams are really popular, and my team was definitely having some trouble with that because what could I do against two rock slides that outspeed me, right? But I realized that in Amoongus Cresselia, as long as I don't get flinched, you know, and what can you do about that? It doesn't matter who you bring in that case. But Cresselia Amoongus can hose that strategy a little bit. Can set up Sunny Day to stop the sand if I want. I can use Spore to deny my opponent setting up, and my moves are super effective against both of those Pokemon, and then they usually carry something like a Ferrothorn in the back, and my Camerupt is great at that. So even if it does bring that, it doesn't have any good switch-ins per se, maybe if it calls my Spore, but a Sunny Day set up with that against Excadrill and Ferrothorn is brutal. Just getting a Sunny Day Heat Wave can really put the hurt on. So hey guys, so we did find another match here. Unfortunately, one of them disconnected, the second one that we finally found, so I'm stitching these things together. But we did find a match with Alan here, who's bringing a team of Greninja, Shiftry, Tapu Lele, Charizard, Suicune, and Landorus. So I still think my Mimikyu and Empoleon lead is good. I know I've only brought this, and not the Cresselia, but the thing here is it's definitely Charizard Y, right? It's bringing Shiftry, which gets access to Chlorophyll, so it's trying to be fast. And honestly, Shiftry poses a pretty decent threat to my Mimikyu. I wouldn't be that surprised if it brought Shiftry and Charizard, but it does have Landorus, which my Empoleon can benefit from, and my Rock Slide is very strong. Against his team, Mimikyu can pick out the quick knockout. I think this might be a match. Amoongus seems pretty good here. And yeah, I think I definitely want the camera up still. The issue is going to be the Suicune. I don't have necessarily the best answer to the Suicune, but anyways, we'll see how we do here. Alan and I having the same hair. Nice do. Let's see what Alan brings. Charizard Suicune, okay. Definitely an issue for me to deal with the Charizard. Or rather the Suicune, like we said before. But I do think if I get Trick Room up here, and maybe Icy Winds, which would be pretty nice. And it's definitely gonna go for the Transform. It might have Solar Beam, which is something he could go into my Empoleon. But like I said, if he does take out the Empoleon, that's okay. It puts me a little bit behind since he didn't lead Landorus, but if he has Landorus in the back, real question is, does he Solar Beam here? It overheats into Empoleon, and that does feint it, but at the cost of its special attack here. And that means my disguise. Oh, it roars. Wow. Nice counter. No, my opponent's definitely gonna be able to win this match here. I don't think there's anything I can really do. The biggest issue was getting Trick Room down, and with Roar, I'm pretty vulnerable. So the thing that's nice here, nice being, you know, relative, is that he has to choose between roaring my Mimikyu and attacking my Camerupt. The only bad thing is I really don't have a super effective move for the Suicune. But this Heat Wave in the sun will do a lot. And this Charizard's at -2 special, so it's obviously not going to put a lot of offensive pressure. I'm honestly surprised it stayed in. Let's see what Suicune does here. So it does go for Roar, which I'll take, because it's going to give me a free switch in into my Amoongus. And my Amoongus is easily going to be able to survive the... So I actually think I switch out here into Mimikyu. Oops. And then I spore the Suicune. Now I think the Charizard will switch out. I mean, maybe it will go for Overheat into Amoongus or something, but it won't do much. Okay, Suicune does come out into Landorus. Okay. Yeah, so I think maybe the Empoleon lead seemed better than it actually would because of that Suicune. It just, I identified that the Suicune was the problem, but I didn't have an answer for it regardless. So, I mean, Amoongus is my best answer. Maybe the Cresselia Amoongus lead would have been better, but at least I do get a Spore off here. And Charizard still, for whatever reason, hasn't switched out, so I will be able to get a Trick Room up here. And I think I need to take advantage of this turn to get my camera back in. He likely switches out his Charizard for Suicune here, but even if that's the case, it looks like I am going to get my Trick Room up here. So he just stays in with both his Pokemon. Does a Heat Wave, which does surprising amount of damage to my Mimikyu. Still in the sun here. So I do get my Trick Room off. The thing is, I honestly don't want the Charizard to faint. I just want him to, erroneously in my opinion, keep trying to keep him alive. So I think I'm going to Z-move and... yeah, I actually think the Heat Wave will just do more in the sun and stab, and yeah, so Charizard uses Protect. I am not understanding my opponent's vendetta on keeping it in here. So I do, yeah, a lot of damage here, and I'm gonna get, oh, and luckily the Landorus stays asleep. I think I really needed that to win here. Landorus is also a good answer to the camera, and since the Empoleon was gone, I was pretty vulnerable to it. Let's see. I love this animation. The spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Okay, so I pick up the knockout on the Landorus there. It definitely brings Suicune in here. Sunlight does fade. It's a tricky spot, but I think the right play here. How many turns of Trick Room do I have left? So it's 3 out of 5 left. I've got 3 turns left. I think I go for a Play Rough into Suicune, and I switch out into Amoongus here. I just can't afford the Suicune to get a water type attack into that slot, and Amoongus can get a lot of work done. Yeah, Scald does come out into the Amoongus slot where the Camerupt was, so, and Play Rough is going to connect, thankfully. Does a good amount. Ooh, and I get an attack drop, so important. Overheat coming into the Mimikyu slot, yeah, but Mimikyu's able to hang on. That's really important here. I really need a Mimikyu to hang on because I think I need to preserve it for... The question is, I actually think right here the best move is to protect the Mimikyu and Spore the Suicune slot, just because I don't want to have to do this, but it's the safest way because it could just Scald into the Camerupt slot and I could just get wrecked. And this is slower but safer because I really do think I'm going to need to keep my Mimikyu around, even if it's just to pick up a lingering attack. I'm just surprised it hasn't switched out Charizard, and it's not going to get the chance if I knock out the Suicune. After using a second Overheat, I can't imagine it not staying in. It can reset the sun. Oh, he stays in. What is this game? So I do get my Spore off here into the Suicune. I don't even know what Charizard could possibly do at this point. I mean, maybe it has like a physical move, like it's a split sweeper or something. Heat Wave, okay. He was maybe thinking he could just get the pickup on the Mimikyu. But yeah, that does an embarrassingly low amount. Okay. So likely Suicune has that berry. That's a problem. I definitely am switching out into Camerupt here. Oops. And I'm gonna just have to Giga Drain this Suicune. I gotta get through its berry. Yep, Charizard. Will it stay in? It's looking like it might. Suicune woke up. Oh no. I think I have one more turn in Trick Room here though. Let's see what it goes for. Heat Wave. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit more of a grindy one. Oh, I do get burnt. That was the only downside because I have Regenerator to cycle this in. Oh, and the Trick Room does go back to normal. That's really unfortunate. That wake up was unfortunate, but I still think Suicune likely goes for a Scald into my Camerupt slot, and I can catch it here. It might withdraw finally, and it is Tapu Lele. Why was it so hesitant to bring this out sooner? I don't understand. It puts on so much more pressure than it was. Shoot. So, honestly, what I think I have to do here... what's my opponent gonna do? I think I have to do this and switch into my Mimikyu and just hope that he tries to double up into my camera. I don't know. I'm not looking good here. I just... my opponent really played this game weird, but I think he's still going to be able to get it out. So, yeah, it does just launch off. Just probably because my opponent's like, well, it's super effective. But, yeah. Suicune is fast asleep here, which is good. And let's see how much Flash Cannon does. This should do a fair amount. Yeah. It does, but... he just has Pokemon to beat me. That turn 1 was so brutal. And honestly, I just don't have a good answer to Suicune on this team. The Amoongus probably needs some more special attack investment. Honestly, I think I have to go for Heat Wave here. Try to get Suicune just inside berry range. And protect here. I just don't see how I win this game. Not with its Charizard coming back in without the drops. I mean, Suicune wakes up here too. I just die, but... Ooh. Shattered Psyche. Into my Amoongus. Yeah, that... I just lost Empoleon to that Overheat turn 1, and I think I couldn't really battle back from that. I'm with Survivor. I ain't gonna give up. With Psychic Terrain and this, it probably knocks out my Amoongus, yeah. So Protect was pretty irrelevant there. It's just so powerful. And then Suicune doesn't wake up. Will this Heat Wave even knock out the Tapu Lele here? It does manage to get a knockout, but I think that puts the Suicune in berry range if it is indeed holding a berry. It's not holding a berry. Wow, this game is so winnable. It's so close to winnable, I feel. My opponent played poorly and has still managed to do that. So I think Suicune's already slept for max turns here. Maybe it's got one more turn to sleep, and Charizard can't manage to do this, and I get a crit. That's the only way I can imagine. If Suicune stays asleep, Charizard doesn't faint me, and I get a crit Heat Wave on the Charizard. It's a pretty niche circumstance. Heat Wave comes out. Do I survive? Yes, I do. Suicune is asleep. I've got a chance. Oh, Charizard avoids it. Wow, brutal. Absolutely brutal there. Well, I do have a chance that if he goes for his moves, he misses, right? Very close. Ended up being close. I pulled myself within a hair, I think, of winning. I mean, there's still the chance. His Overheat and Heat Wave have not 100% accuracy. So, believe in the heart of the cards, guys. Solar Beam. Oh, it was carrying Solar Beam the whole time. What is this game? Why would he have Heat Waved? Alright, I don't understand my opponent, but good game. Good game to Alan. What a game. Let's just put it that way. Came very close. So, yeah, some interesting battles, but that's what I'm saying is that certain niche teams, like, not saying that that was completely niche, it definitely was more meta than some of the things I've played against. But I definitely, that's the downside of the Empoleon lead, and you can see, like, for example, that might have been what opponent might have led in a 2 out of 3 if I had the choice. Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna stitch those two battles together, and until next time, we'll see you later.